You know who Haman is in the Quran? He is the minister, or one of the ministers of who? Firoun. Haman is mentioned in the Quran about 6 times. Firoun commanded him to build him a tower. Is there a mention of a Haman in the Bible? Is there a mention of Haman building a tower? Sure. But the Haman in the Bible didn't work for Firoun. He worked for another king named Xerxes in the biblical book of Esther. And Catholic scholars in the 1600s, they looked this thing up in the Quran and said, aha, we found a mistake in the Quran. They're talking about Haman working under Firoun, while the book of Esther tells us that Haman worked under the king named Xerxes 1,000 years after the Pharaoh in Babylon, not even in Egypt, and he built them a tower. You ever heard of the story of the Tower of Babylon? Oh, Muhammad must have plagiarized it from a priest and made a mistake because he mixed up the story of the Tower of Babel, right? In the late 1800s, body of Catholic scholarship unanimously denied the book of Esther as a valid source of history. The Jewish encyclopedia even now tells you the book of Esther has no historical value. Now check this out. See, what happened in the late 1800s was Egyptian hieroglyphics were now being revived as a language. Almost 2,000 years before the Prophet ﷺ, and they were revived by German and French scholars. The study is called Egyptology. So he travels to Germany to look up the names of different architects and constructors and ministers. What does he find? Haman, minister of the stone quarries. This name is discovered in the 1900s. They actually have a statue in Austria, Haman written on it underneath. They revived it from Egypt. His name is Haman. The fact that he's in charge of construction exists, and this is something they didn't have, but which speaker had? The messenger of Allah. But actually the speaker is who then? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.